This is Mr. Smith, and here is how to find free images online that you are allowed to use in projects using commons.wikimedia.org. Now, if this sounds familiar to you, if it sounds very much like Wikipedia, that's no mistake. Commons.wikimedia.org is where most of the images on Wikipedia are sourced from. So, there you go. That's something you may or may not have already known. Now, if we look here, I have already gone to commons.wikimedia.org and I did a search for the word kitten, because who doesn't like kittens? My dad. But anyone besides my dad probably loves kittens. So I did a search on here, and here's a particularly adorable kitten. I'm going to click on that, and it's showing me a full-size image. I could click on this little down arrow here to download that image in full size, where I could then edit it or throw it into a movie or whatnot. If I scroll down further, right down here it says public domain. That means that this image is under no copyright whatsoever, and if I wasn't using it for a school project, I wouldn't necessarily even have to source it, because if it's public domain, it means it's owned by the public. Everyone owns it, and actually thereby nobody owns it. So, in a school project, you still need to cite all your sources, so you would still need to include this link to where you found it, so I would be able to check and see, oh, you used a public domain image, therefore it's all good. Now, that's not true for every image that's on here. Some of these have different attribution requirements. Many of them are what's known as Creative Commons licensed. What that basically means is they're still owned by the person who made it. They just happen to be giving away some of the rights in advance. The most common one being attribution is one of the ones they're holding on to, so you would have to cite your sources basically. If I click on this adorable little kitten right here, this says CC BY 3.0. CC stands for Creative Commons. BY means attribution. That's one of the rights they're holding on to. They're not holding on to any other rights. You could sell this for money if you wanted to. Not the actual kitten, but the picture of it. And this is by Sasan, and I cannot pronounce that last name, unfortunately. But this is the person who created that particular image and uploaded it to the internet. So that's me giving credit where credit is due for that adorable little kitten there. Again, if I wanted to use this, I would just have to click on this little download this file button right here, but anything I put this image into, I would have to include credit where credit is due, and I've literally just done that by clicking on this link and showing you. If you were including this in work that you did, you would have to include this web address up here in your credits somehow. A simple way to do that, if you are including this in a video, would be to copy this, Control-C or Command-C, depending on if you're a Mac or Windows machine. Go to one of my favorite websites on the internet, tinyurl.com. Type the long address here, click Make Tiny, and now I have a really, really short address here that I would be able to copy-paste into the credits of a video, and that's a lot easier for someone to type out than this. Now, if you're not crediting something in a video, like you're copy-pasting a link into Google Classroom, you don't need to do this step. You can skip this step. You can just take this and copy-paste this link directly into Google Classroom, and that'll be easy for you. But for videos, rather than make you type all this out or make me type this all out to check your work, tinyurl.com makes it a lot easier to type. So, there you go. That's the basics for how to find cute pictures of kittens or whatever else you're looking for using commons.wikimedia.org, how to shorten the web address for easy citation in videos if you're making videos. If you have any additional questions, feel free to ask.